Okay, today we're going to do our daily review. Now we've been in these positions now for about 7 to 9 days. We're in the Monitor tab as soon as we open up our TOS platform. And what we do normally is we go right into the Analyze tab and take a look at our current positions. But you can also monitor your positions based on your position statement. Each one of your positions is listed here, and if you go across, the overall totals are tallied at the bottom of each column. We like to take a look at the delta, the gamma, the theta, and the vega. We also like to take a look, of course, at our current open profit and loss position and our profit and loss for the day. Our current position has a overall delta position of minus 29 or minus 30 here. What does that mean? Well, as we mentioned in the delta videos, it means that we have a position in which if the stock price, if the overall market, based on our portfolio positions, goes up by $1, we would lose $37. If the positions overall, if the market goes down by $1, we would make $36. Remember, delta, if you think of delta as a stock, if you're short stock, what happens to your position? You make money when it goes down. In our case, right now, the actual net change of the Dow Jones Industrial is up 136 points. And we are short 38 deltas, 39 deltas now. And that means for every additional point that the market goes up in our positions, we lose an additional $40. Our gamma is currently at minus 59. Remember, gamma, when buying an option, is always positive. And when selling an option, gamma is negative. We are net negative gamma because we sold more options than we've purchased, at least for a higher price. So we are net short gamma. That's exactly where we expect to be if we have positive theta. Positive theta is where we make our money. So by reviewing these totals, you can tell that yes, if the market does go up a little bit, we're going to lose money on our deltas. So we are not exactly delta neutral. However, our theta is at the point where we're making about $36 a day, given the fact that all the other components, especially price, remain stable. Vega, on the other hand, is a plus 53. What that means is for every point that Vega goes down, you think of it again, think of this position again as either short or long stock. In this case, Vega moves opposite to the general market direction. So if Vega is going up, stocks are going down. If Vega is moving down, stocks are moving up. And you can see that the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 136 points. If we take a look at a representation of Vega or volatility in the markets, we would use as a substitute the CBOE Volatility Index. The symbol is the dollar sign followed by VIX. And you can see that the VIX is down today by $1.05. And that is opposite of the market. The market is actually up $138 as represented by the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So it moves opposite direction of the market. So in our case, with a Vega of a positive 53, that means that for every additional point in which the market goes up, Vega will go down and we lose money. If Vega were to increase, that would mean that the stock market would have to go down. We would gain an additional $53 in profit because we are long Vega. And if it goes up, we make money. Our current profit and loss open is $65 and our profit for the day is $79. So all things being equal, theta is working in our favor and we are collecting that $35 a day in time decay. So that's one way you can simply look at your position statement and get a pretty good feel for how your overall position is doing. Once you get used to using this as kind of it's kind of a radar system, but also kind of a control panel for your positions, you can tell whether or not you're going to need or get close to an adjustment. Normally, when you see delta either at extreme levels like over 100 or 200 or 300, and vega is at 200 or 300 plus or minus, then you're probably going to be in a position where you need to make an adjustment. At these levels, they're not bad. I mean, these are fairly neutral positions. You're only short 35 shares of stock, and as represented by delta. You're long 53 shares of vega, which is not too bad. And you're collecting theta of $36 a day. So, you know, what you really want to take a look at is if any of these overall totals on your portfolio start to get out of line dramatically. And sometimes that can happen the closer you get to expiration. That's why we like to close out positions before around 7 to 10 days before expiration. Theta, however, is I would say the most important, because that's where we really make our money. Once we get closer to expiration, you'll see theta change. If theta should change dramatically, say it went from $35 a day down to $2, $3, or $4 a day, then that is a time that there's very little profit left in your position and you need to close them out. You can also think of this position statement as control panels like on an airplane. If any of these controls are drastically off course, then you want to make a course correction. You want to take a look at this as kind of a control panel on an airplane. And if one of these is dramatically off, then you really need to take a look at what individual position is throwing that control off and then possibly make an adjustment on it. We can also go in, as we normally do, and take a look at our individual positions. And I like to just run through each one of these. I go from single lines to the expiration plus one line so that I can see where we are in relation to our overall profit position. We're still in relatively good territory with our diamonds position. We're slightly off center. However, I think we're in a good position because we still have plenty of upside room. We don't need to make any adjustments on this position today. On our EEM position, we're still looking very good. We're actually right at the center of this. We're right at the center of where we need to be as far as profitability on the position. We're getting the actual maximum amount of profit on this position on a daily basis in this at this price level. We also have plenty of room on the upside and the downside, so we don't need to make any adjustments on this position today. Our SPY position is also doing very well. We're starting to get, like the diamond position, just slightly above center. If we were to, as noted, I mean, if we took a look at our monitor here, we are short deltas. So that means if prices go down, we make an additional $28 today. Well, if you take a look at our Analyze tab here, if we go down, yes, in fact, we do actually make additional money because this is where if we were at the 137 price level, we'd be making close to $71 today in profits. In relation to our expiration, we still have plenty of room to go as far as profit potential in this position, and we have plenty of upside price and downside price movement that we can take in our position, so we don't really need to do any adjustments today. Our final position is the IWM, which you may have seen in other of these daily adjustment and review videos. Was trading way down here at the 70 level and now has moved up towards the center of our little profit tent in our picture here. So we're doing very well on the IWM because remember I had reviewed the VIX, and you could kind of tell that we had some resistance of the VIX up around the 25 level. We got it just above 24 before it started moving down. And remember, when it started moving down, the prices of stocks went up. We are now trading in between this level of 22 and I think we'll probably go down into the 17-18 level, which means stock prices will continue higher. And at that point, we may go back up again. But the VIX does help us give us an idea of and it's a little bit more reliable indicator of future price movements of stocks. And remember, it moves opposite to the market, so when it goes down, stocks go up. That's how we take a look and review our trades based just on our position statement. And we're starting to get into profit now. We're getting closer to expiration. We're about 22 days away from expiration on our positions. And we're starting to realize the benefit of these types of positions because we are collecting that theta. We are starting to get into a profitable position on a daily basis with our positions, and that's exactly what we like to see. So we are on course and no corrections or adjustments are necessary today. Okay guys, trade with confidence.